Good morning, Pastor.
Afternoon, how are you, sir?
I'm very fine. Hello, friends. This is Pastor MKHIZE. Could you tell us a bit about yourself in just a few seconds?
Well, I'm a pastor born and raised in South Africa,
All right.
and I've worked under the Transparency Conference.
Okay.
That's around 6 provinces of 9 in South Africa,
Oh, okay.
but currently serving at the Southern Africa Union Conference at South Africa, Namibia, Swaziland, Lesotho,
Okay.
and Eswatini as the Communication and Public Affairs and Religious Liberty Director.
All right. That's interesting. And maybe let's jump straight into the matter. If I heard you correctly, said you're a marriage counselor, and I want you to speak to us as the young people.
Okay.
In your years of counseling couples and people in etc., what can you say to somebody in his early 20s?
Um, Maybe not just in their early 20s, but
Yeah.
to anyone contemplating marriage.
Okay.
There
Okay.
are a few things I recommend
All right.
that we do.
Okay.
And I'm convinced, based on years of experience, talking to couples and people, that this becomes critical for the marriage union to stay intact.
Okay.
Not only that, but also to prepare people for marriage. And that is what I call premarital counseling.
Premarital counseling.
And I'll tell you
Okay.
why it's important, because I've seen that these days people only talk to the pastor when they are done with marriage
When they're done, they made their
preparation and
decisions
all
and
of that.
everything.
They've decided on the person. This is what I propose we do. One, maybe let's answer the question: what is premarital counseling?
Okay. Okay.
In my view, premarital counseling is an opportunity in a platform where you have a mediator of experience, whether it's a marriage counselor, a pastor, or any other trained therapist, to help you come up with what I call a marriage contract.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so what do we do at marriage counseling?
Mm-hmm.
It is when we do something like a compatibility study. The person compatibility study.
All right.
The person I love or the person I'm interested to spend my life with, are we compatible character wise,
Okay.
spiritually, emotionally, and otherwise?
So you do this by asking them questions.
Yes, you
Alright.
take them through a process. Hence, I recommend that before you talk lobola or even the decision that we are getting married, I recommend that go to premarital counseling before then, so
Alright.
that you
At courtship.
Wow.
Yeah,
at courtship, so that you get to understand yourself and the other person better. And that's when you'll go through all the necessary topics of life. You will discuss the finances, you will discuss communication, you will discuss sexuality, you will discuss um, how we want to build this marriage union, how it must be, and what are the things. Not only that, the deeper side of it is that we get to agree even of the small things. How many kids do we want to have?
Okay.
When do we want to have the kids? Who's gonna run finances in this house together? What will be the source of that? Are we going to do this together or not?
Okay.
There are also tips like, should we get married in community of property, which most of my generation and people before have done.
All right.
Which is not the only marriage contract you can do. There's also out of community property where people protect assets and you have your own assets. We don't, like, we can share life and agree on sharing other things, but your business can be yours and your income, and mine, it's mine. There are pros and cons on that.
Can a professional counselor do that, or it has to be specifically a pastor or somebody of this? Does it matter which source you use for counseling?
Well, it matters in two ways. Ideally, you want to meet both, because pastors are also trained counselors from school. But then, depending on the interest of the pastor, they may also do extra studies so that they empower themselves in this line of marriage counseling.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would recommend you do both. But you've also found that there are pastors who are also trained therapists. I know a number who are also trained psychologists, therapists who are able to bridge the gap. Similarly, you can find a therapist who's a Christian as well, who's able to bridge this for you. And I'm saying that because I realize that most marriages could be saved Marriages
Yes.
can be saved.
Yeah. Yeah.
If these
Yeah.
items sat down to discuss them, if we had a trained middle person who is able to listen to you, because you'll see that in relationships, our greatest struggles is that you speak and your partner does not hear you.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you need someone who hear you and who hear your partner, who
Uh-huh.
can translate their information and the impact it does in their life and your life.
Because it has been confusing me for many years how you can actually love someone and then loving them for some years and then you decide to separate, even if they might have done something wrong. Because maybe it's my idea of love is a childish one. Not, no, I can't imagine how I would want to say, let me divorce this person. But
Okay.
maybe there are things we don't see in marriage which are happening, which are invisible to us this side.
I think let's correct the question so that the answer is right.
All right.
Love is not enough to keep marriage.
Okay.
We need more
Okay.
than love. Beyond love, there is commitment.
Commitment. Okay.
Commitment.
Okay.
Commitment to the contract.
To the
Remember
contract.
when I talk about marriage counseling as in building a marriage contract.
All right.
And the contract I'm talking about is that how are we planning to live together? Can you keep that contract?
Okay.
Because love can run out. But
Uh-huh.
if you are keeping the contract of
Mhm.
how we are living together, how we are raising children,
Yes.
the
Yes.
finances, and all of that, you would find that the phase of love fading away and the challenges that are there are other things that will keep the marriage going until we are able to attend to those things that are eating away our love. It could be a folly, a sin, a challenge that someone went through, they lied there and then, all of those things. Those things can be fixed as well,
Okay. Okay.
but they are not necessary to fix if the contract is dying in itself. So what I
Oh.
believe must
All right.
happen is that two people who are considering to stay together must sit down and discuss with a person
Mhm.
even before they decide to commit, because the compatibility test can say that you guys have a chance of living life together, or you are too far apart. Your union will not last long. So that
Okay.
would be the challenge. One. Now, when we pass that test,
Uh-huh.
then your counselor can say, I think you guys can prepare for marriage.
All right.
This is good. Now, imagine people who entered into marriage even without that stage alone, the
Mm.
compatibility test. Then they discover a few years down the line that I liked this and that, but I can't live with you.
Okay.
I may love this about you, but I can't live with
I
you.
can't live with you.
Remember, when we are
Oh.
meeting, we are not living together,
All right.
we are having a relationship. But
Okay.
then we
Okay.
discover over time that I don't like living with you.
Because
I'm
of
not
A,
happy
B, C,
living with
D.
you
Okay.
because we didn't discuss how to live together. Now, this
Mm.
marriage contract is important. I call it a marriage contract. Counseling for me,
All right.
premarital counseling for me is building a marriage contract,
Okay.
how to live together. Now, when love fades out and or when other things eat out on love, challenges come. We should have agreed on how to live together.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
A counselor will ask, if your spouse were to do this in your marriage, what will you do? We are supposed to agree on the do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts.
That
All right.
when temptation comes, this is what I expect you to do as my partner. People are
Okay.
getting married without even agreeing on the one issue that when I'm tempted, what should I do?
Mm.
Can I approach you as my spouse and say, look, I'm getting tempted. I'm meeting somebody and they are tempting
Mm.
me. I'm doing all of that. We never agreed.
All
We
right.
never discussed it. We never get to
You fight
agree what
silently.
to do. You battled with it silently. Then you fail. When you fail, you are
All
hating
right.
our love because
Okay.
we never agreed on what to do. But if the contract was properly done, we have agreed that if you meet temptation, talk to me.
Okay.
Talk to me. Tell me, hey, so and so at work is now dressing up for me. They are now treating me nice.
Okay.
They are tempting me. They are now spending time towards me and all of that and all of that.
Okay.
Confide in your spouse so that they accompany you, they help you away out of temptation. But we don't know that because in love, falling in love, we think that's enough. That's not.
All right.
So the planning and the building the marriage contract is not only necessary in picking up the right spouse, but it's necessary to give us tools of survival. Even in marriage, that when things are difficult, we are able to reach out. We know what to do when things are tough.
Maybe my conclusive question would be: people have been asking me, how do I know if this is love, or I'm just lustful for this person? Is there a way to tell, maybe my intentions are wrong, this is lust, or this is genuine love? Is there a way of knowing your true, just trying to identify yourself so that you make a decision not out of impulse, but is there a way of knowing that?
Yes. Do you plan to live with them?
Okay.
Beyond the romance,
Okay.
are you planning to
Okay.
live with them? That's how
Okay.
you know that
Okay.
this is lust. I
Uh-huh.
want to do something with them. I don't plan to live with them.
Hmm?
If you love someone and you think they can a potential spouse, you must be able to see them in your kitchen. You
All
must
right.
be interested in their cooking skills. You must be
Okay.
interested in their nice dishes. What are they? What do they love eating? What do you love eating? What do they think? You may be loving salsa and chomolia. Do they love it to do it for you? Are they
Okay.
interested
Okay.
to make that happen?
All right.
Now, when those things don't exist, we know we are not planning to be together. We are not planning to be here. There are other things we are attracted by: their body, their beauty, their whatnot,
Mhm.
their confidence, their whatnot. There are things that are attracting us to them. But there is nothing that is suggesting that we are planning to live with them.
Okay.
Because you see, marriage has to do with a commitment to
Commitment.
live your life with somebody. Now, if
Okay.
you don't see them burying your children,
Hmm?
if you don't see them in your family gathering, if you don't
Ah.
see them in your house, in your
Okay.
kitchen, if you
Okay.
don't see your guy in the garden, if you
Ah.
don't see them at work, if you don't see yourself building a future
With
financially
them.
together with the person, if you can't agree on what will be the source of finance, what will be that, how do we communicate? I love to be spoken this way, you
All
love to
right.
be spoken that way. Am I willing to meet you somewhere? Are you willing to meet me somewhere? That's building the marriage contract.
Okay. Does age gap matter?
No,
Are you serious?
this would be more serious than that. Why? Because someone might
Okay.
be too young or someone might be older. What if they are willing to sign the contract and they agree to live with you? What if they are willing to love you enough to give you the support that you need? What if they are willing to understand that even if there is an age gap at this type of age, at this time you will
Uh-huh.
not be able to do certain things, or there will be life changes
Uh-huh.
that are
Uh-huh.
affecting you
Okay.
in this way, and midlife crisis. We're talking about menopause and all of those.
Okay.
Those are serious life stages
All right.
that affect individuals, let alone couples. Now, the age gap could simply mean that we may need to be more intense in the marriage contract so that we cover even the age issues that may come up. That if
Okay.
the young man or the young woman is far younger than the others, what if the other one reaches a stage earlier than the other one? What
Uh-huh.
will the other one do to meet them up so
Contract.
that the
Okay.
contract can work?
Okay. Okay.
So trust me, whether it's before marriage or in marriage, it is the contract that matters.
Hmm?
Now,
Hmm?
most marriages that are breaking, sadly, it is because we have not set for each other rules and regulations.
All right.
We have not agreed. We have not agreed as to when this happens, what
You
will
just
I
think
do?
things will flow naturally. Yeah.
Let me give you a typical example.
Ah.
You don't know how your girlfriend will feel like if she were to find you with another lady,
Mm-hmm.
but you should know that. You
Okay.
should know that
Okay.
based on the contract. The
Uh-huh.
contract should tell us,
Uh-huh.
I am this person. If you love me, I am not comfortable with you
With you
talking
doing
to
that.
other people.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
comfortable with this and that. That's what the contract is about. It's about that. I'm also not comfortable, you as my woman,
Uh-huh.
other men
All right.
having your contacts, talking to you, and all of that. The contract must iron out those things so that we are able to even see the red flags as they begin. That already by sharing my number with you,
Yes.
with a non-important matter, that I'm sharing my personal space
Okay.
with you,
Uh-huh.
it means that I'm diverting from the current contract where I am.
Mm.
And I already should be knowing what was the agreement with my spouse. When this happens, should this happen, what will I do? Will I walk out? Will we go for help? Will I try and support you to take you out of that? Will I
Okay.
try and become your shield so that you don't fall for the temptation, or they'll just be angry and move away by themselves.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm building a case, and I believe that anyone who is not married, please don't get into a marital relationship before you sign the marital contract.
Mm,
Couples get shocked in it to discover that someone wants a second wife or third wife. We
okay.
didn't agree.
Ah,
You are
all right.
changing my life.
Okay.
You never told me that you would want me to become wife number one or wife number two. These days, similarly, even couples are talking weird ideas like open marriage. You can date other people, I can date other people,
Mm,
and we are still
mm,
together in marriage. Those things are happening. But we didn't agree on the contract, the type of marriage we want to have.
okay.
So basically, the case I'm building here, and I believe that the Bible is the best tool to guide us to even live, to build our marriage contract. Which God do we worship? Yeah, we are both Christians. Are we going to keep the Sabbath in our home?
Okay.
Are we going to raise our children in this way?
Last question, and then we very close this thing.
Sure.
Are weddings worth it? Because people are complaining about the financial strain that puts on couples, or maybe if they can just do a lobola and then the families gather. And is it are weddings really worth doing, or is it just pressure?
You are talking about celebrations.
Yeah, celebrations, the celebration part of the wedding.
Let's not miss it. What are we celebrating? We are celebrating the union of two people.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So all else is pressure. The celebration of two people can be done by themselves in a
Okay.
park somewhere. They can celebrate their marriage.
All right.
Their friends and family can come and be there. They can do
Uh,
that. All others are witnesses. Remember that
mhm.
even from your parents and your siblings and your friends, they are witnesses. You are not marrying to them.
Mm,
You are marrying your spouse.
yeah.
All others don't matter. They are here as witnesses. They are necessary. Sometimes they are necessary. In most times, you find that these are necessary experienced individuals who are wishing you the best and who are able to
Yes, yes,
support
support
you and
you.
carry you through all of those. But when it comes to the wedding celebration, really, I think it's overrated
It's overrated, eh?
to try and just do expensive things. Do what you afford. Do what you
Okay.
afford, and that's part of the marriage contract. What type
All
of
right.
wedding
Do we
ceremony
want?
do we want? What matters most for us? Me and you, and who else must be there? What do we
Because I
afford to
found
do?
men saying,
In another way of
if it
doing it.
wasn't for my wife, that wedding was not going to happen. We're just going to love. Then I'm like, so you guys didn't agree on this thing.
Well, those are human dynamics that women love other things, men love other things. And that's why an experienced person should be able to even take you through that.
All
It
right.
is true, no man worries a lot about the wedding day, to be
Mm.
honest. I might as well show up in a suit and that's it. There's no drama about it. But
Okay.
to women, it's different.
It's
It's
different.
their day. They dreamt about it since they're a little child. The men who love them should be willing to give it to them.
Mm.
That they walk down the aisle, they do that, they do that, they do that. Again, how do we get there? Let's go to the contract signing stage
Okay.
through sessions and build all of these things together to say what matters to you, what matters to me, and how do we meet each other in the middle.
Mm.
It can never be one person. If it does, very soon this relationship is going to be strained.
Yeah.
No one wants to do this. You can't do marriage alone for the other party. The other party must be willing to push on their side. Marriage is a journey of two people who must together try and push. I'm experienced enough to tell you there are times in marriage where life would have it that one person pushes more than the other.
Yes. Yes.
That is possible,
Mm-hmm.
expect it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But
Okay.
what must happen is that even the other party who may at this stage need to be pulled,
Uh-huh.
they also must still be able to keep their end of the contract.
Okay.
It is the contract that becomes more important than romance, than all of that. Now, when you talk about love, in the beginning we spoke about love ending. Love never ends. It is the romance that ends.
The romance ends. Okay.
Romance ends. It does not stay forever. And that's why couples are invited now and then to go for sessions and all of that
Is
to
there
be
an age?
reminded.
Is there an age where romance ends? So it's
Oh,
just
not at all.
okay.
Not at all.
All right.
Romance does no, it dies out in a relationship. Now there are things that are challenging. Marriage is challenging enough,
Uh-huh.
but there are things that may eat out your romance quickly.
Okay.
And that's what we mean when we say romance end.
Okay.
But romance can always be reignited
All right.
when we both realize that the other spouse or both parties are still fighting to keep the contract. So if you
Okay.
were to hear me anything from beginning to end, I'm talking about building a marriage contract. Friends, this thing is an eternal bond you are building with somebody. It is risky for you to do it without plan, without conversations, without negotiation on how and what you will do when you meet certain stages of life and the happenings of life. People run out of jobs and income, but they still are happy together
Yes.
because they have built a strong foundation as to what do we do when this happens, how do we support each other, and how do we do this. Sometimes people get married and somebody is permanently impaired, they are on a wheelchair for life.
Yeah.
What happens with the plan? We must be willing to keep the contract and do our end of the deal so that we can raise children in a safe, loving, healthy environment, an institution built by God, which we call marriage.
Thank you so much, Pastor. That was so insightful, and I hope you'll benefit from listening to this. Amen.
Thank you.